Graham Smith. It's a secret to everybody. It's a secret to everybody, Graham Smith.
My face was dripping with sweat. My hands were trembling as I came upon a deep, dark cave. I was 14 years old, sitting in my parents' basement, evading the summer heat and playing The Legend of Zelda. It's a video game where you're the hero who must save the Princess Zelda from the nefarious villain Ganondorf. A classic rescue the princess story. There I sat with the sweat, the shiver, and the cave. I was on high alert since I was wounded from a recent battle, but what should I find upon limping into the darkness? Another one of Ganondorf's henchmen. I steeled myself for a fight, drawing my sword, readying my shield. Except an attack never came. This one was a defector. He tossed me some cash and whispered, "It's a secret to everybody." It's a secret to everybody. Little did I know, but that phrase, "it's a secret to everybody," would end up becoming part of my modus operandi for the rest of my teenage years and much of my adult life so far. He did not attack me, no. He put a curse on me. Fellow Toastmasters, contest master, today I want to dispel that curse. As with all powerful hexes, I have to begin with some pens. You see, I keep things a secret to everybody. That's the curse. For example, I struggle sharing my opinions when I assume those opinions will be controversial. This even applies to things that may sound stupid or benign, like when someone asks me to express an opinion on the best brand of ballpoint pen. I have strong views regarding this. Clearly, the best ballpoint is the Muji pen. Its cost to performance ratio is absolute perfection. But fearing even minor conflict, I dance around the topic. I say, well, I use a variety of pens with different strengths and weaknesses. Then I agree with whatever brand they say is best. Even if that brand is Bic. Bic, of all things. This makes people like me, but it also ensures they continue to have terrible taste in pens. What's worse than that, though, is I have trouble showing any hints of vulnerability. When I was 18, I got a job as an assistant to a church youth leader. It was unfortunate that said youth leader was terminated immediately after hiring me due to some differences of opinion. These differences of opinion had caused a schism at the church, leading most of my friends and connections at that community to leave. The man slated to temporarily fill the youth leader position was well in excess of 6 feet tall, and I have a visceral memory of being enveloped in his all-consuming shadow as he asked me if I was all good to continue the job. Standing beneath the redwood man, I choked back tears, afraid, no doubt, of this towering new supervisor, but also afraid to share how much I wanted to quit and how much I missed my friends. I said, yeah, all good. It was the most draining job of my life so far, and my keeping it built a wall between my friends and I. If I had shared my feelings, I not only would have avoided 2 years of mental anguish, but I also would have saved some relationships. Keeping it a secret to everybody, whether it is a benign opinion about writing utensils or something deeper, inhibits my ability to be real and close with others. The cornerstones of our relationships are what we reveal of ourselves, how much we dare to let escape from our cave-bound hideaways, how many of our strong feelings about office supplies we're willing to express. To be fair, it's often been to my advantage not to share my feelings, my opinions, my hopes and dreams. People like a person who will adapt and seem to agree with a lot of what they say. No controversy, no acrimony. However, this curse, keeping it a secret to everybody, avoids not only conflict, but also closeness. With that, it's time to defeat this curse. And I have a challenge both for myself and for all of you. If I share a secret today, then you all have to continue to be your best, open, vulnerable when you need to be selves that I know you most certainly are. Fellow Toastmasters, this is an opportunity for growth. Really, you're getting the good end of the bargain here. Let's get started. I mentioned before that I played The Legend of Zelda as a teenager. What I failed to share, though, is how much that simple game about defeating monsters and saving the princess has helped me. As a homeschooled, anxiety-ridden teenager and young adult trying to figure life out, escaping to the game's rolling green hills and exploring vast caves filled with scary monsters was my safe space. It was impossible for me to have social anxiety when I had my trusty sword and shield. When schoolwork threatened to drown me in college, I would at least be able to take in a breath of fresh, virtual air. When it seemed like I couldn't get anything right at work or with my friends, I could at least rescue royalty properly. That's why I became such a super fan. Heck, a quarter of my total wall hangings are Zelda posters. This is my only blank wall. Even now, my happy places are those same rolling green hills and deep, dark caves from when I was 14 years old, evading the heat and my worries in that basement. There. I held up my end by being vulnerable, and guess what? Now it's your turn. We are in part defined by our relationships, and our relationships are defined by what we reveal of ourselves. Are you holding back any layers of yourself to anyone important in your life? Stuffing something personal down in a cave somewhere? And not allowing it to see the light of day? As with all powerful hexes, you have to just begin. Start challenging yourself to be vulnerable with the people you trust, and watch as it gets easier and easier to share you. Remember, it's a secret to everybody. But it doesn't have to be. Contest Master,